Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. How's everybody doing today? Well, I'm having my first cup of coffee and I'm waking up. And not sure what I'm going to get into today, but I'm going to get into this reading, that's for sure. I want to begin by thanking all of my subscribers. Thank you so much. We've added a few more this week. So it's a little gain, but a little gain's better than no gain, right? And thank you all, because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So I appreciate your support, and I'm loving the comments, and I just so much appreciate all of you. So thank you very much, and let's thank God that we can come together for this reading. And I hope that we find things that resonate with you and that you value. Okay, so now I'm in Psalms. I'm on Psalms 3, a psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom. O Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you are a shield around me, O Lord. You bestow glory on me and lift my head. To the Lord I cry aloud, and he answers me from his holy hill. I lie down and sleep. I wake up because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear the tens of thousands drawn up against me on every side. Arise, O Lord, deliver me, O my God, strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessings be on your people. Selah. So it's a short one. And it speaks about the people that don't have faith, right? It speaks about how David had to flee from where he's at. I don't know enough about the Bible to go any further than that, so I'm sorry about that. It's such a short little chapter in there that it's hard to decipher exactly everything that's going on in that little bit. But I just feel like we are always against the grain, right? The grain is what the worldly people think that you should be doing, or how you should be acting, or where you should be going, how you're living your life. Everybody's a critic, yet they don't have time to look in their own mirror and see where they need improvement, right? Where they need changes. They just want to keep everybody, not on the spiritual path. So right now I'm pulling a couple cards from the box to see what we have for the messages today. And well, I thank God that he's here with us on the reading. I know internally, the knowing. I know that God's here with us. Okay. So I have 3. Let's go to the first one. Sabotage. Someone did this to you, or you did it to yourself. Right? On the back side, it says, exciting new beginning. If two people truly love each other, they will have mutual respect. Self-love and respect is shared. And this one has, pray, pray, pray. God will give you peace. So, shout out to you, divinely paved. There you go. Okay. Okay. To speak is to spell. make sure it's for the good, work together, collaborate. I can't read my own writing. Communication. Yeah, communicate. To speak is to spell. Make sure it's for the good, work together, collaborate, and communicate. Okay, make it add up. If you have a fall from God's grace, you'll receive judgment on your actions. So these are all kind of older ones. I think the green were the original ones that I first started, and then changed to purple. And so I had run out of cards, so I just wrote on the back. So when I put all these cards together, it's talking about basically making sure you're collaborating with the right people. Make sure that love really exists. It's the feeling, right? It's, I found out this morning that my sister fell, and I haven't talked to her since last year. And so she fell in the shower, and she bumped her head, but she broke her spine. So I have to call her son to see how she's doing and where she's at, and I have to, show grace here for her, right? I mean, I never stopped loving her. It's just she never went in for her own healing, so she kind of rides on her male side internally. She's been hurt just like a lot of us, but she's never, well, I'm not going to say she never, I'm going to say that she's riding on her male side within her because she hasn't healed herself, okay? Women should be women and men should be men, but I'm not going to be here to judge that's how we get to be like lesbian or gay, we ride on that side of the opposite sex internally, and it's because of pain that we've had throughout our life. And so like I said, I never hated her. The love seemed to be one-sided, and it's because she's been hurt, and she never got her healing. So I would just like to say a prayer to God that His will be done, and that He shows grace and mercy and shows her love, because so many years of her life she hasn't felt loved. And I was talking to my oldest sister last year sometime, and I said, I heard that my dad's mom cast a spell on my mother. She did not, my grandma Eleanor did not want my dad marrying my mom Doris. So I'm just going to use names because it's easier than the other words. My grandma, my mom, it gets kind of confusing. So my grandma is Eleanor, my dad's mom, and my mother is Doris. So I was told that my grandmother cast a spell on my mother, that she would never feel loved. And I say it must have been around the time when my mom was pregnant with my sister, who's the one that fell down, Tina. And because my sister Becky said, well, it's not like that with me. And I said, well, maybe the curse wasn't put on till after you were born. And so I have an oldest brother. I was speaking to my oldest sister, and then there's one more sister after her, and she's passed away now, but Um, then there's my sister who's in the hospital right now, and all the way down. It takes breaking the curse, right? If you know that you've been cursed, I think I have a card that I just read not too long ago. To break a curse is by love. Anyways, if you know that you've been cursed or you feel like you've been cursed, yeah, I read that card not too long ago. So, my feelings with all the spirituality that I'm learning is for me to be fully loved. I gotta fully love myself. So I have to realize that the curses that were placed upon me through my mother's womb, okay? And it's only by God's grace and love that we can do that. And, it's really hard to explain to someone because they want to know who said it, when, how long ago, and my mind is just kind of garbled. And so even my brother, Randy, he's passed away now, but he's the one that I speak of when I say my dad was trying to break him, and he threw the wrench at him and hit him in the center of his back. And he was probably a good 15 feet away. Through his love of his wife and her support, I believe that he broke the curse. My brother Mike, he passed away, but he died alone. But my oldest brother said that he helped people along the way. He was homeless, and the VA got him a place, and so you're allowed a certain amount of money to live and so forth. But he would talk to people on the street and the other homeless people, because he knew what it was like to be homeless, and he tried to talk to them and he tried to help them. He would buy them, like food items or drink items, and so that's where he found his love. He found love in other people when he freely gave to people. I believe it renewed him, and he became helping hands of God. Okay. My sister Tanya, she was protected by my mom's mom, and she passed away when she was 29, after all her work was done with taking care of my grandparents. She actually lived 5 years beyond. My grandmother died in 84, my sister died in 89, and she was just 29 years old. She was protected by living with my grandparents, and she was able to have 4 kids and a husband that she loved so dearly. She would do anything for him. And that's a whole story in itself, but her kids really live real close by to how they were raised. And sometimes we kind of stray away from that and we think our own way's better, but we're learning that our mothers, they loved us unconditionally. And we remember those things that we were told as youngsters. My brother, that's a year older than me. He's still alive, and God bless. And he has healing he has to do. And then there's me, and I'm still working on my healing. And I thank all of you for being here with me, because every time I read, it's healing. It's healing to me to read to all of you. So let's move forward. Let's see. So I got on this little rant because of the curse, right? But when you fall from God's grace, and we all do, that's the karmic trench, right? We're there to learn a lesson. We're there to realize that we deserve better than that. We have to realize that in order to stop the cycle, we have to change our mindset. When we change our mindset, we become more aware. We become more aware of our mind, body, and soul. We reach out to God. We talk to God like, hey, God, I just wanted to say thank you for another day, And I was thinking about that either last night or this morning, that, I wonder what people think when I'm talking and I say, hey, God. But, we all communicate with God in our own way. We know what His place is. His place is right in front of us. He's all around us. He's within us. Okay, so I just have this casual way of talking, okay? But we have to be careful about falling from God's grace, because you will be judged on your actions. Making it all add up is where people cause confusion, right? When people cause confusion about your heart, you have to search your heart to say, does it all add up? Does it really make sense what they're telling me? And you really have to, the first thing you need to ask God for is discernment. So that way you can sort it out without being confused. You might be confused as you're sorting it out, but once you sort it out, you're no longer confused. Okay? So it has to add up. So many times people will see that you are a beautiful person, right? Like, I never really thought I was pretty, okay? I always thought, because I basically hung out with my 3 older brothers. My oldest brother's like 12 years older than me, but the other 3, they all had to look after me, and I had to go everywhere where they went. And, no one ever really told me I was pretty. And everybody just said, you just stay the same. Don't go making yourself all prettied up, And, but they never said, oh, you're naturally pretty or anything like that. But, so I get really shy about that. And when I was 30, I said to my daughter's father, I said, I'm going to go get one of those glamour things. They had them at the mall back then in the 80s. Well, let's see. Yeah, that would be, around the 90s. So I went and got these glamour shots, and I did my own hair, and I pinned them up like my sisters used to. And back in the day, I don't know if they still do it now, but they got like 1,000 bobby pins, and when your hair is wet, you twist it around, and then you take the bobby pins and you make a cross, and that holds them in place. And in the morning when you wake up and you take it out, you have all these soft curls, they could be small and tight, but they're, I don't know, it's just, to me, it's like very soft curls. Anyways, so I went there, and, I ended up doing my own makeup too. And so the girl put the jewelry on me, or the necklace or whatever, and then she took the pictures. So when I got them back, there was like a choice of whatever, I don't know, 6 or 7. And I really couldn't decide, so I just bought them all. And, I sent my sisters one. They all got a different picture of me. And then, I didn't have any parents to give it to. Let's see. Well, I think maybe my dad was still alive. Or maybe I sent him one. I really can't remember. But I looked at him. I was like, wow, I really am pretty, But anyways, enough about me. But you know, I just try to stay humble, and I just try to be a regular person when it comes to, you know, I don't want to be boisterous or anything like that. So moving forward, to speak is a spell, so make sure it's for the good. So I've had people say things that maybe they were speaking for the good. And I think on the last reading I spoke about my girlfriend who had twins, but when she was pregnant with them, you know, she's like, oh, I can't wait to meet these little guys, these little babies. And that's when I told her, you better be careful what you say. You know, you're like 24, 26 weeks, and she ended up having them like 9 weeks early. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you ask for. Pray, pray, pray. God will give you peace. Okay? So when you're praying, for example, if you're praying for your soulmate, a soulmate that truly meets you, right? You know, you give God your time. And you say, God, I want someone who's going to be loyal, who's going to have even give and take, someone who's going to be loving, nurturing, independent, you know, but safe, someone I feel safe with, someone who will always pretend that I'm right next to him when he's out and about, so that he holds on to my spirit, and he puts our relationship first before anything else, and will not let anybody get in between us. And you know, I want someone who's honest, who has integrity, you know, who shows a discipline, self-discipline. And you know, I pray for all those good things. And I know that would be the perfect spouse for me, right? But I also have to live that life that I want. If I want my future spouse to have all those qualities, I need to work on myself to make sure that I match what I'm even saying, right? It has to add up. Okay, so I'm not perfect, and God knows I'm not perfect, but I will do everything in my power to make the changes. And I want to be the best version of me. I'm waiting for God to tell me when I'm the best version of me. And, you know, maybe that's a forever project, my whole lifetime. But it's my duty to share all of this with all of you, so that if you have any questions, you know, you can feel free to put a message in the box and say, hey, I'm going to reach out to you on your email, look out for me or something, just to double check, because I don't always check my emails, and I don't know if things go into spam and that sort of thing. But you know, I'm happy to share anything that I know. All my knowledge is free will, right? I share my knowledge with everybody. Now, my projects, I've learned the hard way that don't share your what you have actually going on with other people, because if they have an ounce of jealousy, they'll speak it to where it closes, right? If they don't want you to have it, they'll speak about it. But you know, but they have to realize that because they go against someone who's walking God's path in a wholeheartedly way, that God doesn't like that. You know, spiritual people, they walk their own path. They don't go out of their way to give someone misery, but misery comes right in front of them. And you know, that's like it's like a temptation kind of thing. Like, will you act out of character for me, right? If I get in your face and I'm yelling and screaming, will you act out of character? And you know, God wants us to have, you know, the self-love and self-respect, right? So sabotage, again, that's what I was saying, sabotage. Don't share your secrets, you know. Don't be an open book. My girlfriend told me that out in Hawaii. I was like, open book, what do you mean? She's like, you just tell people whatever. And I said, I don't have anything to hide. So I'm just saying, like, if you start dating, right, you don't want to go 2 hours talking about what happened in your past, right? You don't want to, you want to find other things to talk about, things in common, getting to know that person you're having dinner with, or if you're walking at the park or the beach, you know, you want to get to know them. You don't want to be sharing who you were 5 years ago. So, all right, so let's move forward. Miracles now. This is a beautiful card. When I shine bright, I give others permission to shine with me. There's always enough room for other people to shine. It's like way cool to highlight other people, right? It's, you know, who was I talking? Oh, I was talking to my girlfriend. I said, you know, my cousin's daughter, I said I gravitate towards her because she's a Christian, but like she's very spiritual. She has her family intact. She has a lot of things to be proud of, you know, of how her life's unfolding. Her parents have a lot to do with it. You know, they raised her right. So yeah. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. You just find people that you really gravitate towards and you both can shine equally. It's not a competition, right? Competing is competing. If you're playing a board game, yeah, you're competing. But as far as the life, right? You don't go around and judge people and say, gosh, look what she's wearing today. You know, in Hawaii, that's one thing about Hawaii is women of all sizes, women of all ages can wear whatever. And I guess some people do judge, but the majority of the people just say, hey, you know, let them be, you know. So, shine bright. And if you think I shine bright with me, okay? All right. Okay. Native Spirit, we have the great mystery of life, how it's unfolding for you. What can you do to change it? You guys know what to do, right, to change it, to make it better, right? You see your future. You see 7 generations down. What do you see? So many times, too, you know, when I'm talking to people, they say, yeah, this is the world. We're going in such a bad way. And I say, can you see it in the future that it's going to be better? They say no. So that's the idea. See, we have to, it's not even brainwashing. Some people might consider it brainwashing, but it would be good brainwashing if it in fact was brainwashing, okay? We all have to wash our own brain in our own way. That's changing your mindset, okay? But the mainstream media, all of that is just, it's just things to trouble your mind. That they should have a news channel that talks about only good things that happen in the world. Wouldn't that be great? Let's do it. Okay. Card meaning, have faith and know that you're divinely guided even when you have doubts. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Believe you've planted your seeds. Now allow the Creator to do the rest. Even if you can't see into the future, have faith that the path will be illuminated and go forward. If you have any recurring challenges, turn them over to the Creator. Not my will, but thy will be done. Your native spirit wants you to know many native cultures refer to the Creator as the Great Mystery. It's the idea that Great Spirit is so vast and profound. In many ways, it's unknowable. Faith is the foundation of the ability to manifest. Everything was created because someone believed that it was possible. And patience is absolutely crucial in the application of this principle. Trust. Change can happen in a heartbeat. but some things require time. You've planted the seeds, now give them time to grow. Be patient and know that it will happen. Whatever receives your care and attention will flourish. The journey. If you just planted some seeds in your garden today, you wouldn't go out tomorrow and yell at them because there wasn't any fruit yet. So don't dig up your seeds of faith. Remember this mantra. It's happening. Repeat this phrase periodically, especially if you have doubts, and keep going. So for me, knowing that good things are going to come into my life, right? Okay, I'm going to be 62, so my life has not been filled with really a bunch of happiness. A bunch, for example, if God wants me to be surprised, if he wants to surprise me with something, he should just surprise me. I don't really want to know a time frame. I don't really want to know, well, honestly, God promised me 3 things. Okay, and I'm going to keep those secret, but he did promise me 3. One came into fruition, and that's getting my daughter back in my life. So I'm still waiting for 2 more. And I'm not waiting, I'm still living, okay? And I'm trying to have faith in it, and I'm trying to tell myself it's coming. The thing is, for example, the surprises I got growing up was when my brother Mike, my dad bought them a BB gun, so they would take turns shooting it, and they would shoot the little black thing on the telephone poles and make it ring. And so I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what my aim was like. I watched him long enough, and I wanted to have a turn. But I wasn't watching the rifle that close. So it's one that you have to cock with the metal thing, right? And my brother Mike left it open. And he's like, "You want to try it? There you go." And when I pulled the trigger, the metal part smashed back on my fingers. And they had to pull it off of me. And of course I was crying. And he's like, "No, go away. Like, go away and leave us boys alone, But those kind of surprises are the kind of surprises I received, okay? My family was too large to have like real birthday parties, where we invite other kids and, we have a big cake and there's presents. It never was really like that for any of us. And so when I got married, my daughter's father, we went to his mom's house for Christmas to open up some of the gifts. And he wanted to surprise me by disappointing me. He had a real nice gift in a little box that I never saw. So his surprise was he was going to make me feel bad in front of his family, thinking that he didn't get me anything. And when we got back in the car, he could see that I was disappointed. And then he handed me the gift, and I opened it. It was a piece of jewelry. I don't even remember what it looked like. I just remember that it really didn't mean anything to me because, how he wanted to surprise me. He wanted to see me disappointed. He wanted me to feel like I didn't matter. He didn't want me to have any joy that day. So to get surprised, a really nice surprise, I think I would break down and cry. Cry of happiness. And I just feel like if I held on to that faith, right, for that real surprise that makes me happy, I would just spend days crying. kind of sappy, but I'm sorry. It's kind of sappy, but if you can realize that the surprises I got were not the fun kind. Okay? So I never experienced, someone inviting me to their house and having a cake there and having people pop out and say happy birthday. It's just never a thing in my home, and it was never a thing when I grew up. So to be surprised, that's why I always say, I hold on to faith that God will give me the things that He feels like I deserve, and whatever it is, if it's something small, maybe I get a loaf of bread in the mail. I don't know. Or, I'm just saying something small, especially if it's said from God. I would be really happy and find that really cool, right? But, whatever God wants me to have, I will accept it graciously, But the idea of holding on to faith and just crying every day, because I know that one day I'm going to be so happy, right, that I'm going to cry. I don't want to cry like that for days. So I just put it in the back of my mind and I say, whatever God wants me to have, I will be perfectly happy with that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, moving forward. Your soul purpose. Today we have the visionary. So, the stone is moldavite. The visionary. I've always been that kind of visionary person where I see things, rainbows and gummy bears, and let's see, we're an entrepreneur. Happy times. Seeing people doing well, like people who were struggling, and all of a sudden they moved to a new place. That's what happened with my girlfriend who had the twins. I met her in Hawaii, and she thought she was going to be happy there with the guy she was with, but I don't know what exactly happened. They both ended up going back to California together, and then they separated along the way, and then she met the one, right? And she's so happy now. So every time she posts pictures of her kids, I think her kids might be like 3 or 4 by now, maybe 4. And she makes home cooked meals, and she replaces the noodles with the cauliflower, and she posts all that food, and it really looks yummy. And she's just a good housewife, a good wife, and a good mother. So she's received everything that she's dreamed of, the happy family. And I'm happy to see her going through that. Okay, the visionary. Do you allow for the unimpeded flow of information, ideas, and realizations? Visionaries are open to and aware that they are connected with the all-knowing and all-seeing part of themselves. When you allow guidance into your life through dreams, signs, and symbols, and take the time to contemplate their meaning, you are walking the path of a visionary. Part of you is always aligned with the vibration of this life path. When the visionary and moldavite card appears, it is an invitation to use your intuition and internal guidance system. The visionary has the confidence and courage to actualize visions because they've already worked out the whole process to completion, so it's easier to implement the vision into reality. Moldavite is a naturally formed glass which is associated with meteoric activity. I work with moldavite when I want to bring forth visions from deep within my consciousness, as well as from out of this world. The far out concepts that flow through my mind and heart become ordinary after a short period of adjustment. You can use moldavite as a tool to activate your vision so that you can move forward calmly without hesitation. The energy of the stone propels you forward. Motivite is a tool for channeling otherworldly concepts and previously known processes that you recall from other incarnations. Call on the part of yourself that Motivite activates to help you tap into the expansiveness of the cosmos and the part you play in the vast scheme of things. During this incarnation, this stone can help you remember your soul's contract and how to complete it while remaining focused on love, peace, and harmony. Okay. So next we have Divine Feathers, and today we have the Crow. Okay, let me find it in the book. So I was thinking I might start sliding the cards in just to save, a minute here and there. Because when I'm flipping through the book, it is getting, used, right? So it's not going to make a difference, I don't think. Okay, Crow. Crow is a common bird that likes to test, intrigue, and annoy. They can be found often in groups creating sound in a mob-like fashion with their caw to warn or drive off predators. The common crow is black with dark blue and purple tones. It has deep associations with the nighttime, the material, and the womb. Crows are highly intelligent sentinels who perch high in trees, overseeing the flow of activity. They remind us that creation and magic are part of the cosmic energies. Under the guidance and universal laws, we find an incredible roadmap for manifesting our desires. The crow is a wise messenger of the power of creation. Crows speak the language of the universe, the creator, and ask you to go into the darkness to tap into your manifesting ability. Pay attention to messages, visions, and signs. The universal laws govern all and tell us that there is an unending field of potential that can be accessed. You can think of it as magic or universal energy. It matters not. The energy of Crow is urging you to start creating all that you desire. Crow playfully reminds you to enjoy the process. Energies, creation, universal law, communication, the season, all year round. The element is earth and air. The color, black, purple. The affirmation, I acknowledge my own higher connection. I am a powerful channel. Okay? So tell yourself that, believe that, and know it, right? Okay, next we have the messages from the mermaids. And we have Dive Deep. So I had that card, the handwritten card, not too long ago. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's right here. Oops. Okay, so that came out a couple days ago, or a couple readings ago, I should say. My stack's growing because as I'm pulling them out of the box, I'm stacking them so I don't re-pull them. So we can make sure we get the other messages that we need. Okay. Dive deeply into your current situation to help reveal any hidden factors at play. Relax to feel comfortable and acclimatize to this new environment. Mermaids are very much at home in the watery worlds of emotions. Their environment is fluid just like our emotions, always flowing and forever changing. As you dive into the depths of yourself, experience the magic and wonder of your beautiful inner world. Embrace this magic and vast aspect of yourself and know that you're timeless and limitless in the depths of your being. The journey within can go deep as you wish, as deep as you wish, and can be a powerful transformational experience. You may like to explore the sacred practice of shamanism, which involves diving deep into our shadow side so we can become healed on deeper levels. Diving deep can reveal many inner mysteries. Learn to observe them with a clear perspective and try to do this without attachment to anything that's discovered. Allow revelations to happen naturally. One way to do this is to watch any inner discoveries as if you're watching a TV screen, but without any emotional attachments to what you're viewing. Another meaning of this card is that you and someone else could be staying on the surface of a situation when it would be preferable to dive deep and explore the deeper meaning of what's really going on. It can take courage to do this, as we often fear the unknown, but usually the discovery isn't as bad as we think, and often it can bring joy and freedom, sometimes from years of avoidance. This card's meaning could also be literal. It could be telling you it's time to go for a swim and/or learn to dive. I was never a good diver. I'm a good jumper. I love to jump in the pool. Okay, today we have the wild boar. These guys can be mean. They have teeth, and they're just like any other animal, right? They're gonna fight or flight. Whatever tradition on others expect of you, whatever tradition or what others expect of you, only to yourself be true. Jungle lore casts meaty wild boar as a banquet for others, but boar reverses the role of predator and prey, proving tradition wrong. If you allow society or individuals to dictate the part you play in life, constant friction between outer persona and inner desire will cause stress, deep unhappiness, and, with time, coruscating resentment. I'll say just causing, right? If your role is a sham, then your relationships with others will also be false. Bohr counsels that you be true to yourself so that you may in turn be true to others. Okay, amen to that. Alright, so let's get on with the reading. Let's see, we're going to go with the Psychic Tarot and follow it up with the Tattoo Tarot. Okay, so these have been pre-shuffled. Yep, take a sip of my coffee. I need to move it out of the way anyways. Let's see. Spirit, thank you for being here with us. What message do you want the collectives to receive today? Recognition and reward, I think that came up. Did I just use a Psychic Tarot yesterday? I can't remember. I think my last reading was the same deck, but it's okay. Spirit, what do we want our collective to have today? Okay, one kind of poked out weird. I'm going to pull that one out. Passion ignited. So it's a 1, so it's a new beginning, right? So, let's see. First one was recognition and reward. So, someone's realizing maybe that they need to get on their path. Maybe they're saying, hey, God, I'm right here. Tell me what to do. Where am I going? You know, God might be touching his or her heart saying, okay, yeah, give yourself all that self-love. Go within. Find passionate things about yourself that you can expand on. Things. Do you have ideas? Is there someone you're looking for? Are you healing yourself? Okay. Are you realizing something? Okay, this one's kind of weird, but that's actually 2. Material harvest. Choosing wisely. Okay, let me get a few more. Spirit. Okay, let's see. Hope. Kind of feels like someone has some sort of realization. They're recognizing who they really are. They're actually reaching down deep and finding passion in their life again. You know, I forgot who I was. I've been in this situation for so long that I just become numb to the world. Just like going through the motion, right? Monday through Friday is work. The work you do is the work you do. You go home. You might stop by the gym. You might work out. You might get home, you know. Maybe a whole bunch of arguments ensue every time you walk through the door. Maybe it's the realization that you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be putting yourself in a situation that you feel like you've been locked in. You never have to stay wherever you don't want to stay. I mean, really. It's hard to stay in when you feel like you're mistreated or unloved. Maybe someone's realizing that there is hope in the world, that, you know, there are good people out there. And maybe you're realizing, I'm one of those good people. You know, I'm one of those good people that got into a pickle, right? Put myself in a bad position. Okay, nothing's coming out. So, temptation. So someone's trying to fight temptation. Maybe they have a drug addiction. Maybe they have alcohol addiction. Maybe they have a chaos addiction, right? People who are addicted to chaos. They love the drama. They love the like the fighting and the making up, right? Maybe they spend too much money. Maybe they waste their time in the gossip little circle. I mean, there's a lot of things that can take you down the wrong path. see what else we have. So someone's trying to stop. They're trying to turn their back to temptation because they have something that God has shown them. Something that belongs to them in their life. Maybe this person's been told, that's not for you, that person's not going to be good for you, they're this, they're that, they're everything that you don't want, and that's to keep you in a chaotic state. But we have rest and rejuvenation. Maybe someone's done like the hangman or the hermit. And he's praying because he's sitting there Indian style with his palms up. So he's doing his meditation. He's praying to spirit like he's in the forest. So it's kind of like solitude in an open space where he feels grounded. Where he can just do his thing and not have anybody tell him any different. That could be a guy or a girl, even though it's a guy on the card. Financial, material changes. So, maybe he's realizing that he's been tempted too many times and it's really messed with his situation, his life, his livelihood. Or it could be an improvement. So, solitude. Okay, we'll pull 3 more cards, and then I'll look at the cards real quick. Here's 1, triumphant success. Victory and success. Thank you, Spirit. And the crown chakra. At the bottom is emotional withdrawal. So let's read what emotional withdrawal is. Okay, below that is authority, intuition, moving forward, obstacles, base chakra, harmony, suffering, silence, foundation and achievement, emotional loss. We can go on and on. Okay. Moving on. Accelerated motion. Wisdom. I just want to look at the emotional loss because out of all the cards, that seems to be the most negative. All right. Emotional withdrawal is at 8. This card represents moving away or withdrawing from a current situation in your life, whether it's an old love, a relationship, or leaving behind what was once familiar in search of new horizons or beginnings. On a physical level, it's easy to get caught up in the materialistic world, but it's just as important to retreat from the outside world to enable you to pause, reflect, and heal. Schedule some alone time so you can commune with your soul and give the power of spirit the opportunity to restore your energy level, giving you the vitality to move forward in a positive direction. The number 8 represents infinity, passion, control, and power. This is your time. Use this opportunity to tap into your heart and soul in order to find the courage and strength to continue your journey into the wonderful undiscovered territory. So that's what emotional withdrawal was. So, material or recognition and reward is a 3. Oh, that's why I wasn't putting them in the book, because then they'd be mixed up in how I pulled them. So when I do these parts, I have to look them up individually. But when I do the singular ones, I can just go that way. Okay. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's time of recognition for completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back, you deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. Okay, so say if you're having self-discovery, right? Sometimes the recognition and reward is something that you give to yourself. Sometimes it's when you're going when you're soul searching, right? This really isn't a bad card. He's just taking some time out to himself, and he's going within. So the recognition and reward is, hey, I discovered this about myself. I'm going to write it in my journal. I realized that this past situation I was in, this past situation I was in, I knew him for 2 years. Well, we were together for 2 years. I knew him probably about a year before that, before we actually moved in together. But so my self-realization would be, I only knew this guy a year. We were friends. We decided to try this relationship. We were together for 2 years, then we got married. What happened with me was, he already started pulling away shortly. When he said the honeymoon's over, the honeymoon was really over. But I felt comfortable there. I felt safe with him most of the time. There were times when he really acted out of character and acted up. But after all that we had been through, it was really an experience that I have to honor. I have to honor that time that I had with him. Not only did I give him my time, he actually gave me his time, even though he wasn't always mentally there. And not to say that he was mentally ill, okay? I'm just saying that sometimes we were comfortable living in a house where I was in one room and he was in the other. It was an experience for me to find out that, that I really want more out of life than working 40 hours a week and making really good money, but he was really spending a lot. But to leave that relationship with love was really the most honorable thing that I could have gave to him and that he could have gave to me. So recognition and reward doesn't mean someone's going to come and pat you on the back. You know, maybe it's from God saying, hey, you know, you left that guy better than you found him. You should be proud of that, right? Okay, so next. And, you know, when I talk about these cards and talk about me, please apply if it fits and it applies to you, and how the recognition and reward that you could recognize yourself and the reward that you give to yourself. Okay, you are a creator, you are a child of God, you can dictate what is right in your life and what is not. So that just to recognize that, right? Isn't that a great thing? Okay. So the passion. Passion's igniting for someone. What are they being passionate about? Is it you? Do you have some sort of endeavor that you're really excited about? A new project? Is it someone coming into your life or someone you just met? Or is this just self-love? And I don't say just self-love, because self-love is big deal. You know, it's going to be different for all of us. You see, when you figure out, hey, you know, I left him better than I found him. You can get healing, you can start new, you can start fresh. The material harvest, you know, if you have a roof over your head, you know, there's something to be said about that, right? If you have food on the table, it's something to appreciate. So you have to appreciate everything you receive in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Take the lesson and move forward. Memories of love. I don't even remember pulling this card, but it's here. Memories of love. So someone could be thinking of someone from the past. Maybe someone's realizing, hey, my life is a wreck since this person took their energy away. You know, maybe you're thinking, what can I do to fix this, right? I'm realizing that I need to change, and I've made some changes, and I'm so happy about the person I'm becoming. And I'm really happy with myself right now. I'm becoming the best version of me. I'm appreciating everything from the heavens to this earth that I currently live on. I'm going to make the best of it. My palms are up, open for messages from Divine to continue to touch my soul. See, it's like a green light around him, right? So green is considered like love. The heart chakra. Okay, I have memories of someone from the past. Could be memories when I was growing up. The good memories when I was growing up. The last time I referred to this card was, these are like years, right? So maybe someone left someone behind 4 years ago, right? 3.5 years ago, because that's cut in half. And he's like, darn, I let her go, I let him go. Gonna call it back into my life, right? I know that I have to choose wisely. I have to choose wisely who I'm around, the actions that I'm taking, the words I'm speaking. I spoke him out of my life with the words I used. I spoke her out of my life with the words I used. Whichever fits, if it does, okay? This could also be like, from now on, I'm going to choose. Here's this guy sitting. I'm going to choose to not be hanging around the wrong crowd that, keeps me feeling like they're just feeding my ego. I'm gonna stop overspending. I'm gonna hold on to some of my money. I'm going to stop not taking care of myself. I'm going to focus on my health, mind, body, and soul. I'm putting God in charge of my path, where I can't go wrong. I'm going to make sure that I speak to God every day. I'm going to make sure that I stay connected. I'm going to be humble, yet I'm not going to be a pushover, right? Those hands could be whatever you think they should be for you, okay? I have a renewed sense of hope. Hope that, there were times when I felt like I didn't deserve things. But I was sabotaging my own future. So I'm changing my mindset and I'm changing my heart so I can have hope again. And see, there's a spirit in there. See the body, the shape of the body. I know you must be able to see it. Yeah. I know everything that I don't want anymore. I've lived my life. I've seen a lot of things. I had some really good times and some really bad times. But I realized that in order for me to move forward on this path, that I have to, turn away from all those things that kept me away from my path. Is there someone out there for you that you're thinking about right at this moment? When you think about that person, know that they're thinking about you, because we are all energetically connected. Take some time out, rest and rejuvenate, get grounded, have some private time between you and God, or just yourself. So either you were in a bad way, and as you move forward, these things are going to change up, or it's going to be the opposite. I really don't feel like it's going to be the opposite. It could be the opposite. Maybe you were with someone who both combined. You seem to have all the material things. Maybe there just wasn't any love. So it could make it come down, right? You go from 2 people in a household to 1. But you go into solitude and when I work on myself and I'm praying to God and I'm telling God about the good things and bad things in my life and how I want to change. You see the light up there is connecting. God hears everything you say. He knows your heart. Maybe you're asking God right now, God, cleanse my heart. Help me to heal. And what does God tell you? He says, child, you will be triumphant. I will pull you out of the ground. I will make it so that you are as strong as a sword. And from this day forward, you will never let anybody try to bury you again. And when you tell your story, you'll be so proud that you have God with you, right on the forefront of your life. And God will see that you have victory and success wherever you go. The thing is it's against all odds, right? The 22% to 78%. But when you choose to have God by your side, nothing can falter. And your crown chakra, you're learning to stay connected with the heavens, with the divine. You're listening to the messages, your gut feeling, your intuition. And you have a better understanding of who you are and what you are meant to do, what your purpose is. Okay. Let's try to get just a few cards because we're at an hour and 16 minutes right now. I'm not sure how many few is few, but we'll try to see if we can get some to tarot, like you know, the confirming cards, the clarification cards. So these have been pre-shuffled already. Spirit, thank you for being here with us. What messages? Up. Up. So 2 fell out. Two more fell out. Let's see. Oops. 3 fell out. Okay, we'll get 2 more. These I'll read out of the book. Then I'll kind of like make a final statement. And then last time I forgot to pull 3 cards to get the angel number. So I'll try to do that today. Okay. Oh, it's a lot to read. 120. But you guys are worth it. All right. Let's see, what do I gotta get? 2 more cards. Bottom, the 10 of coins. Okay, just wanted to review the last cards underneath. Underneath was a Ace of Wands, 9 of Cups, Ace of Coins, Queen of Cups, the Wheel, the 9 of Swords, and the 7 of Coins, and then the Empress. Alright, so first card was the Death card. So someone's transformed. Someone has decided that the 2 heads on the ground, right? Maybe definitely a transformation. It's putting the death to something in their lives. Are they transforming and they're putting the death to the old person that they were so that they can elevate? We never really want to talk about real death, right? Could be death of a relationship, a friendship, collaboration. You got 2 heads down there, so if you're including that one, maybe putting to death third parties. So it could be third parties, it could be a transformation, it could be a death to certain relationships, right? I guess. We have the Knave of Swords. The Knave of Swords, what role do you play here? Or the Knave of Wands, I'm sorry. News and announcements, messages arriving, courageous, loyal friend, dreamer, person you could trust. Okay. So maybe this Knave of Wands is, again, transforming. Maybe before he wasn't trustworthy. Maybe before he wasn't all those qualities he is now. Okay. So he's telling the people, hey, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm not going to do those things that you want me to do. Maybe someone has him, maybe these are 2 people who had him doing things just to fit into their little circle, right? And he thought that he had to do those things to be a part of the group. He's like, no, I'm not going to be doing those nasty things you want me to do to people. I'm not going to be playing these head games. Maybe he was the one playing the head games. And he's like, oh, I don't want to be that person anymore. The 9 of Coins. So maybe he's young and he has aspirations of not only having passion, but maybe he has a passion for money. And maybe he sees that in his future, not being that person he was before. The Five of Wands is a competition, so he realizes that those two people were trying to keep him in a certain spot. They were like underhandedly competing with him for that Nine of Coins. The Six of Swords is upside down. Six of Swords is usually, you're getting on a boat. You're telling people, hey, I'm out of here later. And either he's changed his mind, or, which I can't see it with those other cards, but maybe they're trying to stop him. But he says, no, you're not going to stop me. I'm walking away. He wants victory. The Six of Wands. The Nine of Wands usually means in the regular tarot that he's carrying a big load, like a whole bunch of burdens. And this one, it reads different. Stamina, discipline, strength in adversity, good powers of recovery and healing after injury, accident, or illness. He's preparing well ahead. He's managing delays, and he's having success after a setback. Okay, so that's the setback. But he says, no, I'm going. Can't stop me. I want this victory. I want to get that Nine of Coins, but I'm going to be trustworthy about it. I'm not going to be malicious. I'm not going to do what you guys want me to do. I have proven stamina, and when I decide that I'm going to do something, nothing anybody says is going to change my mind. And the Three of Wands is some sort of celebration. Strength in numbers, business cooperation and success, busy times, being on the go, established strength, troubles ending, ceasefire, ships coming in. Could be he had some mixed loyalties, because there's three right there, and then the skeleton and the two heads down below. Could be that. Could be realizing the two closest people that he spoke to were going behind his back, and they were telling him what he wanted to hear to keep him there, but they were secretly competing to find out where those Nine of Coins are, and they wanted it. So he's getting on his chariot. He knows that there's inheritance within him for doing the right thing. Right? God's going to bless him for making a better choice, for having the strength and the stamina to go through the transformation, although people around him were saying, no, whatever reasons they were saying. And the rewards, right? Recognition and rewards. So he knows that's coming for him. The Seven of Cups. Could be, he wants to be single and he wants to do that stuff again, but I don't see it that way with the skeleton, with the death card. I see it that he's realized, the recognition and rewards. He's realized all the things that he's done wrong in his life, and he's saying, I want the love that's the true love. And that's why he went through the transformation. That's why he put God on the forefront of his life. And he's like, God, this is the only cup I want, is the cup with you. And I know that when you feel like I'm right and I'm ready, then I'll have that person that I dream of, right? And God says, yeah, Not only will you have that, as above, so below. Not only will you have the inheritance, right? I'm going to give you everything that you need to live a comfortable life. And when you have that, then you're ready. A man will be ready to have his wife, the one that he wants in his life, right? In other words, a man doesn't want to go to someone's house, right? Say if he's traveling, right? And he doesn't want to say, hey, Susie, I'm not really where I want to be, but can we just be together? No. Some guys will do that. Some guys will make it work. And some girls will. But not this guy. This guy wants to come and show up, and he wants to say, look, I've worked on myself. I've gone through a transformation. I know where I'm supposed to go. I know how God's going to bless me. And maybe God's already blessed him with that 10 of coins. But if he sees it in his future, he can express that, I know together we can have this. Okay, something like that. But most guys don't want to go somewhere and say they're half healed, or they're how do I say it? They have to have a certain amount of comfort within themselves before they can move on to actually having a good, healthy relationship. And if it's this person's first healthy relationship that he possibly could have, he wants to make sure that he's going to be the man that she needs him to be. Maybe he's going to not baby her, but maybe he's going to say, I have all of this. I've always had all of this. I never shared it with anybody. I shared my wealth with people, but I never told them exactly how much wealth I have. And I actually have all of this. So, what a great story, right? Who's that for? Who's that for? So, yeah, I see a new beginning. So, you trust. I seen the Queen of Cups, and I just seen the Emperor. They both have to trust each other. Whatever's happened in the past, if it's the true love, you're just going to know. I don't know. You're just going to know by the touch, I think, And you just have to trust it. If God's giving you messages, this love can be trusted, If you have that gut feeling that both of you are in alignment with each other, you don't have to just go be with them, right? You can spend time with them. You can get to know them again, or if it's someone new, you can spend time to get to know them. But, that's like a fairy tale for the girl, right? To have someone who really has everything, yet is willing to share it all with you because you're so special in his eyes, right? Maybe he's watched you for a long time, and maybe he was told a lot of stuff about you, right? That you're no good, that you're for the streets, that you're probably on that what's that channel? OnlyFans. Those girls have no idea, right? They have no idea what they're doing to their value. It's really, I feel sorry for them. There's one girl on there, her dad was a pastor or a preacher, and he retired from that. And he's okay with his daughter doing OnlyFans because she sends him money. Oh my gosh, what happened to his Christianity or whatnot? What happened to his values? That he would let his daughter go do that and be happy about it. Did he really have his values when he was preaching to everybody? Or was it just a money-making scheme for him? It sends a bad message out to the world when we have people who claim to be God-loving and God-fearing. And I'm not judging, I'm just making a statement, okay? It's not my job to judge. I'm just saying, like, if I was in his shoes, you know, I'm not condemning him, right? I'm just saying whatever the facts that I heard on there. And that's what came out of the girl's mouth, is her dad's super, super okay with her doing that. And yeah, he was a pastor. And she sends him money, and he's perfectly fine with her doing whatever they do on OnlyFans. So, anyways, if this is your story, I'm really happy for you. I pray that it's for you if you want it. If you want it, see it in your future. You know, it's like say like a 30-day challenge, right? Look into your future for 30 days in a positive mindset. And after 30 days, write down how your life has changed. Even if it's a little minute thing, right? Any change for the good is a change. And then you can go the next time and say, oh, well, I did this in an amount of 30 days. The next 30 days, I'm going to try to do this and see if you can meet your personal quota. And keep those quotas to yourself, because you don't want people judging you, you know. So let's pull a couple cards to get the Joanne reading. Okay. We have a queen, that's a 1. We have a 9. I'm going to try doing 4 cards. See what comes up. We have a 10, which is, let's just go with let's just go with 1910. Oh, and it's 8:08 right now. 8:08 is Hawaii's area code, in case you didn't know. So, might be a confirmation to one of you out there. Maybe you need to go to Hawaii. Maybe I need to go to Hawaii. I say yes to that. Okay, 1910. Let's see. Let me see, angel number. I would have to make sure my dog is good to go, because otherwise they have, you know, they could hold your dog for 30 days and they charge you whatever per day, and you have to go down there and feed them. And I don't know, it's like a clearance thing, but there's a way to go around it. So if I ever even went back to visit, I would have to make sure that my dog can go, because I just can't leave him. I can't leave him, and I don't want him being stuck. Let's see, Joanne. Okay, here we go, 1910. Okay, so we're still making good time. We're at 1 hour and 39 right now. All right. Number 1910 is a compilation of the energies of number 1 appearing twice, amplifying its influences and the vibration and attributes of number 9 and number 0. Number 1 relates to striving forward and pursuing goals, ambition and tenacity, self-leadership and assertiveness, instinctive and intuition, changes, new beginnings, and starting afresh. Number 1 also relates to creating our own realities by our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and encourages us to step out of our comfort zones. Number 9 denotes endings and conclusions and relates to the universal spiritual laws, a higher perspective, the principles of dharma and karma, leading life as a positive example for others, benevolence and altruism, light work, a sense of responsibility, and seeing things from a higher perspective. Number 0 relates to the God force, energy, and eternity, continuing cycles and flow, and the beginning point, potential and or choice, and developing one's spiritual aspects. Number 0 also amplifies and magnifies any number it appears with. Angel number 1910 tells you that it is time out to consider or reconsider your true priorities and make choices and decisions that most suit your true inner self. Self-help is often the best remedy, and your highest self and inner wisdom hold all your answers. Your angels support and encourage you in your quest to help yourself and others lead happier and healthier lives. Maintain a positive and optimistic attitude about your life and soul purpose, and know that your destiny is yours to fulfill. Recognize and acknowledge the urgings and yearnings of your soul and take appropriate action. Now is the time. Angel number 1910 encourages you to devote yourself to your soul mission and trust that appropriate opportunities will present in order to sustain and support you. Your intuition is your link to your guardian angels and spirit guides. Learn to use your inner wisdom and intuition, and they will always bring you the answers and solutions you seek. Visualize working on your soul mission, and your needs will be met through your manifesting abilities and with help from the angels. Angel number 1910 may indicate that a phase or situation in your life is coming to an end, and that your goals have almost come to fruition and completion. The angels want you to remember that as one door closes, another door opens. Remain positive throughout these transitions and look forward to wonderful new beginnings and auspicious opportunities, as they will prove to enhance your life and that of others. Angel number 1910 may also suggest that your skills, initiative, and natural drive will be heightened. So if you are looking for a career change, promotion, or new project, the odds will be in your favor. Take action in the direction of your true wishes and desires, and listen to your inner wisdom and intuition as to the next steps to take. Okay? So that's your reading for today. I'm thinking that maybe I should only post once a day, so let me know how you feel about that. And like I said, every time I read, it keeps me close to God, so it's in the morning, and I might feel the urge to do a later one, but I'm just kind of thinking that there's things at home that I need to really focus on, and not really one is more important than the other. So let me know how you feel about that, one reading a day or two. Thank you all for spending time with me. God bless all of you. I send you so much love, send you so much energies of happiness and healing, okay? All the goods. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day or evening whenever you're seeing this post. Aloha.